The dating world is messed up, and that's for a variety of reasons. Okay, we have social media, dating apps, senses of entitlement on both sides. But in my experience and in my observations of other people's experiences, the biggest issue that I've noticed is that nobody seems to know what they want in a partner. Nobody seems to know what they want out of a situation, much less a partner. And that's a problem because when you have a bunch of people coming together and nobody knows what they want, guess what ends up happening? Hookup culture, casual dating. You have people walking around with all of this trauma that they refuse to heal from because they have so many options that they don't know how to spend time with themselves. Okay, they rely solely on the validation of other people, and that's a whole different conversation for a whole different day. But what I will say is this. The first step towards fixing the dating world is for people to figure out what they actually desire. Now, this is something that I realized within myself as well. Okay, I'm not perfect. I had this problem as well. And this problem right here has effectively kept me from going the distance with any girl, right? And the reason why is because how can I go the distance with somebody and commit to them if I'm not even sure why I'm with them? Okay, so in these past few days, I've been doing some deep introspection in terms of what I actually desire. And this is what I've come up with. Now, I want to preface this by saying this, okay? I am not necessarily looking for a relationship right now, but if I find a girl that I cannot pass up on, I'm going to take that opportunity. Okay, I will take that opportunity and I will run with it. And when I say a girl that I can't pass up on, this is what I mean. Okay, all of the things that I'm about to say. Now, what I've realized is that attraction, for me anyways, comes down to three primary categories: understanding, appreciation, and physical attraction. All of them are pretty much equally important. I would say physical attraction is 33%, appreciation is 33%, understanding is 34% for that 100% of attraction. So bearing that in mind, a girl could be an absolute dime piece, a 10 out of 10 in the looks department. And maybe she appreciates me. She's crazy about me, but she doesn't understand me as a person. Therefore, she's only 2/3 of the way there. Okay, she's only 66% attractive to me, a 6.6 out of 10, if you will. Okay, so this is the way that my mind works. This is the way that I operate when I look for relationships. Now, the understanding part, this is comprised of three main categories, and I like to call them the 3 C's. I don't remember where I got this from, but I got this from somebody. Whoever that somebody is, shout out to you. Connection, compatibility, and chemistry. Okay, I need to have a girl that covers all three of those fronts for there to be that understanding. Now, what do I mean by those three things? Connection. Okay, connection is probably the most important part of the understanding portion of attraction for me. But what is it? Okay, what is a connection? A connection to me is deeper than just me and a girl having common interests. Okay, that's compatibility. Compatibility is us having things in common. Say, for example, we might both be vegan, we might both be spiritual. These are things that make us compatible on paper, but that doesn't mean that we have a connection. A connection is something that I honestly can't articulate. It's something that can only be experienced and not explained. It's that feeling that tells me, I've known you my entire life, even though I just met you. It's the feeling that allows me to spend hours upon hours upon hours around somebody without getting tired of their presence. That's the type of connection that I'm looking for. And I've only found that a handful of times in my 21 years on this earth. Okay, it's very, very rare. I'm talking about the type of connection that cannot be developed within this lifetime. It's the type of connection that I believe personally stems from multiple lifetimes of being together. Okay, it's momentum based. It's something that you build up to and you come into this life already having that intact. It's just you have to find each other. You attract each other energetically. Connection. Compatibility. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, a girl has to be either vegan or vegetarian. That's no longer something that I'm willing to settle on. I'm not willing to negotiate on that. It's non-negotiable. Because if we can't eat the same foods, that's going to create a lot of extra problems down the road. It may be cool in the short run, but in the long haul, it's not sustainable. For example, when I was with my ex, and I'm not going to talk too much about my ex or the girls that I've been with or anything like that. I saved that for therapy, my journal, and Soul Shock coming out January 11th. But I will say this. Her favorite restaurant was Cheesecake Factory. I didn't know that until about 6 months into our relationship, because we never went to the restaurants that she liked. We only ever went to vegan restaurants. Now, obviously, I was cool with that, especially since I was the one paying. But at the same time, was she cool with that? I don't know. Maybe she convinced herself that she was cool with it, but deep down, I don't think she could be cool with that. I don't think anyone could be cool with that, right? And justifiably so. My point is that it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Could you do that for decades upon decades at a time? I don't think so. It's possible, but I don't think so. It's better to just have somebody that flows with you, that has things in common with you already, so that you don't have to develop those things, those commonalities. Now, chemistry. This is something that I'm a little more lenient on because I believe that chemistry can be built over time. Connection cannot be built over time. Compatibility can be built over time, but it's still kind of difficult to build. Okay, it takes a long time to adopt each other's habits. Like I said, I'd rather just have somebody that has a lot of things in common with me from the get-go so that we can just hit the ground running in our relationship. But with chemistry, like I said, I'm a lot more lenient on that. Something that could be built over time. If the connection and the compatibility are there, the chemistry will more than likely be there as well. So those are the 3 C's that comprise the understanding portion. Okay, I need a girl that understands me. That is very, very important for me. Now, the appreciation part. What do I mean by appreciation? Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. I want a girl that appreciates me, a girl that reciprocates my energy. There's been times when I was with girls that I was afraid to show affection to. I was afraid to be intimate with because I felt like there was a pretty high probability that it wouldn't be reciprocated back to me. And that is not okay. That is not okay. Okay, I think in hindsight, my ex was probably the first girl in my life that ever appreciated me like that. But she didn't understand me. Okay, and like I said, I'm not going to get too deep into that. Okay, because different girls that I've been around or talked to, whatever, have had different combinations of these things. But no girl that I've ever been with has ever had all 3, which is precisely why I'm single and making this video right now. Appreciation. She has to reciprocate my energy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I feel unappreciated, I'm at a point in my life where I am not afraid to walk away. I am not afraid to walk away, whether it be a business deal where I feel like I'm being undervalued, or a relationship, a friendship, anything. I am not afraid to walk away because I know my worth. I know my value. I appreciate myself, which is why I'm not willing to settle for anything less than the things that I'm saying in this video. I have to have a girl that appreciates me and loves me for who I am. Now, the next thing that I need in a girl is physical attraction. Now, I understand that it would be diplomatic of me to say looks don't matter and things like that, but they do. Okay, they do. If I'm not sexually attracted to you, we're just friends. We're just friends at that point, and that's okay. I can be friends with girls, but physical attraction is a necessity for a romantic relationship in my eyes. And I don't think that's unfair of me to demand that because I know that I'm a physically attractive person. And I'm not even saying that to be vain or anything, but I take good care of myself. I'm in the gym multiple times a week. I'm doing my skincare routine every day. I'm doing all of these self-care things, man. Getting a haircut every week. I dress nice. I do all of these things for me, mind you. But I need somebody that does those same things or just has their own regimen for themselves. They do it for them. Not to appease me. You're not doing it to appease me. You're doing it for you. That's the attraction right there because that's the confidence. That shows that you love yourself. You respect yourself. You honor yourself by taking good care of yourself. Okay, that is a non-negotiable. Now, as far as what I find physically attractive, honestly, it sounds very cliche, but I don't really have a type. I'm not biased towards any specific race. I'm not biased towards any specific style or anything like that. I do need to see that she's taking care of herself from a body standpoint. Okay, and I'm not here to have that conversation either. It's just what I like. Okay, you need to be in the gym just like I am because I take care of my body. A few things that usually get me pretty quickly, a few things that will almost always draw me towards a girl from a physical standpoint are colored eyes. Okay, I do appreciate brown eyes as well. Okay, I have brown eyes. I love brown eyes. But colored eyes, it's just something about them. Something about them, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. But girls with hazel eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, gray eyes, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like I said, it's just what I like. But I do love me some brown eyes as well. Like I said, race, that doesn't really matter to me. I love my melanated queens. I love the snow bunnies. I love the Latina girls. I love the Asian girls. I love women, man. I love women. I say that so much, but I just love a good looking woman. But like I said, looks can only get you so far with me. Looks can only get you 33% of the way to that 100% mark. Okay, that threshold of what I want in a partner. Because when I think of a partner, I think about somebody that I'm looking to spend the rest of my life with, which I know most 21-year-olds don't necessarily see things the same way that I do. But that's exactly why I am where I am in life. It's because I don't see things the way that most 21-year-olds do. Therefore, I've gotten to places that most 21-year-olds are not getting to. Not to say that I'm better, but I am different. Okay, I'm built different. I see things in an entirely different light. Now, as far as age goes, this is something that I've been thinking about recently. If there are any of my friends watching this, you've probably had these conversations with me. I've definitely considered the idea of dating up in age because I do feel like I'm more mentally and intellectually aligned with older people, older women that is, maybe mid to late 20s. That might be my range, but at the same time, if we click, we click. It doesn't really matter how old you are. Of course, you have to be legal. Okay, we're not out here catching cases or anything, but I've definitely considered the possibility of dating up in age. But like I said, it really doesn't matter. As long as you're legal, age ain't nothing but a number to me. Okay, if you're legal, you look good, and you have the understanding aspect down, and you appreciate me for who I am, go ahead and put in your application.